that was okay with me. I woke up early, but I got my coffee and I don't know, just headed upstairs, started creating and stamping before live, started working on some projects for the Creative 8 Winter Retreat in January.
I am so ready for the retreat.
I know
So ready for the retreat.
It's going to be a blast.
And okay, so where's registration? I'm dying.
Ooh, registration is going to be, oh God, I think next week, Friday, December 16th, actually,
nice.
is when registration will open up for that. And remember, since you brought it up, there's an early bird tutorial collection that you get if you sign up the 16th, 17th, or 18th. So shameless plug. But yeah, I was having some fun this morning creating those projects for the big upcoming retreat. I just have so much fun coming up with those ideas because that's where I really kind of do like these bigger, super over the top, really amazing projects. Not hard because we don't do hard around here. It's always simple. But yeah, been busy working on that.
You probably already started on your spring ones too, knowing you. So.
Truth, yes. I came up with an idea and I was like, ooh, I can't use it this time, but I'm going to use it next time. So I have a box of ideas. And so, yes, I already have a spring project. It's not done. It's just like a template of something I want to do. So yeah, you know me, I'm always going. Well, how about we talk about our creations for today, shall we?
Yes, let's do.
All right, friends. So glad Brenda is here moderating for me. She makes my life so much easier. By the way, I just want to say one thing about Brenda. I got a comment the other day that made my day. And they said, thank you so much for putting the measurements on the screen. I wish more demonstrators would take that idea and run with it. So Brenda, thank you for while we're working live, and she's always posting those measurements for you. But keep in mind, even if you don't have the measurements there on the screen, there's always the free download. I love to provide you guys with a free download. And today's card, obviously, we've got a free download for you. We're going to be creating a Gatefold Slimline card today. Now, if you need to see any of the supplies in order, you can click right here. If you click or scan the QR code, you can always come back and check out this video again if you need a refresher. There's my supply list. There's your cutting and scoring, couple photos, everything that you need right there. So Brenda's going to post that link, or you can just go to simplysimplestamping.com and look for the December 8th post, and you'll be able to download that. Well, let me show you. I was just playing around the other day and was making those slimline cards. I think I made one last week too. Excuse me, got something in my throat, too much coffee. Anyway, but yeah, I just thought it would be fun to create a gatefold version of the card. And so we're going to do some stamping. We're going to do some creating. I'm going to show you how to do a really fun gatefold card. Let me first go over the cardstock that you need. I'm starting with some polished pink. This is 7 inches by 8.5 inches. Now with your 7 inches up at the top, you're going to score at 1 3/4. Rotate it around, score at 1 3/4. The reason I'm doing that is I want to ensure that these come together just right. I'm going to go ahead and give that a quick bone fold, but that kind of makes sure everything's going to line up just right. All right, so that's my base. Next, we're going to need, I'm going to be using some Melon Mambo. I have 3 pieces here. Let's see, what have I got? I have a 3 by 4 1/4. I have a 6 by 8. No, this is my 6 by 8 1/4. We're going to be trimming that down. And this one is a 3 1/4 by 8 1/4. You know what? Do yourself a favor. Just get that download. I'm sitting here trying to read it off and I'm getting myself all mixed up. That's my Melon Mambo. We'll do some cutting on that here in a minute. The next thing we're going to do is some pumpkin pie. Now we're going to do stamping on mine. If you wanted to do this with designer series paper, make this piece your designer series paper. 5.5 by 8 1/8. Oh yeah, don't you love those 8s? I know you do. I know how much you love them. I got a couple pieces of basic white cardstock as well, a 3 by 8 and a 3 by 4 1/4. My very last thing is a little black and white gingham ribbon. I love this ribbon. It's one of my favorites. Just a little gingham ribbon bow. Now, friends, the other thing I'm going to use on my particular card, and you're going to use your favorite, but I'm going to use the diorama dies today. We're going to use the middle section. We're going to use these right here. But keep in mind, with this card, you could do this with circles. You could just cut a square. You do you, whatever you want. I just wanted something kind of whimsical right there. So I'll tell you what, we are actually going to start with our pumpkin pie and our stamping. I'm going to bring in, you know what? I was going to bring in my little grid paper. Let me get rid of this. I'm going to bring in my big grid paper. Now, if I can just keep the dog from grabbing a hold of it. By the way, today is Tugger's first year gotcha day. We got him a year ago today. You know, the other dog probably does not find this a happy day, but we do. He's a good boy. All right. So, let me tell you my stamp set. I'm going to use the Simply Fabulous stamp set today because it is Simply Fabulous. And I took these two flowers and I just put them on the same block. Now, I want to tell you one quick thing. I've got pumpkin pie ink here. In the tutorial and in my original, I used Mango Melody because I wanted the flowers to be a little bit lighter. But you know what? I think they're almost too light. So I thought for the video, I'm going to go ahead and see what happens if I do this in pumpkin pie instead. So stick with me. Let's see what we get. So we are going to just randomly stamp these flowers. Do you see why I put two on one piece of one block? It makes it go faster. So we're just going to add these all over. And while I'm doing this, I've got to tell you guys what happened this morning. So I take some medication every day. So I had to get myself one of those daily pill things, you know, with the days of the week on it, because I tend to forget if I've taken it or not. So this morning I get up, I get my coffee. I told you I got up way too early. I got my coffee. I go to take my medication and the Thursday pill is gone. And I'm like, this is not good. So now I'm questioning, did I take it and forget this is possible because I am old? Or did I double up on my medication yesterday? Or have I not taken it at all today? I don't know. It's terrible. I have no idea. Please tell me someone else has done this. Oh, I just feel so silly. Hey, don't let this go too far because we're going to use it again. But I wanted you to see, this is how I'm going to decorate the front of that pumpkin pie. Now I'm going to come in with a Memento black ink pad and my favorite stamp, and that is a brand new pencil eraser. You guys know this has always been a favorite stamp of mine. And what's great is you probably already have one laying around, and I'm adding a center to all of my flowers. Yeah, so like I was saying, I have no idea if I'm like going to lose my mind today. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think I've ever done that before. So again, it's really sad when you're this age and you just suddenly go, I don't remember if I took my medication. I got up early this morning. Did I take it? Did I not? Did I take it twice yesterday? Oh, it gets better. You want to know what else I ended up doing? Then after I took my shower, I went to put my contact in. I wear one contact for reading in my right eye. Well, guess what I did? I had already put in a contact and forgot. And I put another contact right on top of it. I wonder, why am I seeing so blurry? What's going on? Man, something's weird with my eyes today. No, it's called two contacts, one on top of the other. Doesn't work. I know someone out there is right there with me. Sounds normal to me, Brooke said. Thank you, Brooke. I'm so glad to know. All right, again, don't let this get too far because we're going to be using it again. So that's how I decorated this. Let's do a little bit more. And I'm going to bring in a Mango Melody. I like, whenever I'm going to create my own designer series paper, so to speak, I like to fill things in as best I can. And there's like this little circle stamp. This is actually meant to go inside here, but I really wanted that pop of the basic black in there. So I'm going to fill in. You see how cute that is? And again, it's going to make for a great whimsical card. Kind of one of my favorite styles is whimsical. And I will try to plow through this as quickly as I can for you guys. Maybe I can read. Ooh, William says, I hear you, sister, getting old sucks. Right? I'm telling you, and what a morning. 2 contact lenses, and I don't know if I've taken my meds. Oh my goodness. So have no idea what you're going to get today. I could like fall over and who knows what will happen to me. We'll see. All right. There is my faux designer series paper. So like I said, you could use designer series paper, but I thought it was kind of fun to make my own. I'm going to move this for just a minute, and we're going to go ahead and do the cutting that we need to do on that stamped cardstock. Are you ready? We are going to cut this with the, we're going to take the, I got to make sure I get it right, 5.5 inches up at the top. And we're going to cut it 1 3/8. I know we hate those eighths, but guys, it's really easy. 1 3/8 is between 1 1/4 and 1 1/2. Find that line that's right in between. That's the one we need. That's going to be 1 3/8. So we're going to cut this into 4 1 3/8 strips. Oh, there it is. Finding that line. Happy, happy line. Okay. And I think this one we're also going to need to trim down. Yep, just a hair. So let me get that one kind of lined up there. All right. Oh, well, maybe I didn't. Maybe it was already cut right. It's a sliver. I'm not going to worry about it. Okay. That is ready to go. Since I have my paper trimmer out, let's go ahead and do some trimming on that melon mambo. So this was the one that was 6 by 8 1/4. You're going to like this one. It's much easier. We're going to cut it down to 1 1/2 inch strips. So 1 1/2, 1 1/2. Nicole says, I just read an article about a doctor removing 20 some odd disposable contacts. I read that article too. Yeah, she was having surgery and she had 20 disposable contacts in her eye. No words. I have no words for that, but that is frightening. That's so funny that you mentioned that because, yeah, I read that article too. And then I panic because I go, have I done that? And I just don't know it. Oh, no. Too funny. You know, before I adhere this, I'm going to go ahead. Do you guys have to do this? You want to just make sure everything's right? Okay, it is. Well, you know, it's a Connie video and anything's possible in a Connie video. We're going to put some adhesive on each of these strips and we're going to add them right here. It's a really thin border, my friends. By the way, let me know if you're stamping and creating along with me. I know a lot of you love to create right along with me. And so I'd love to hear from you. All right. So we're going to get all these adhered down. And let's see. Charlotte says, hey, Connie, I really enjoy your videos. You're such an inspiration. Oh, you know what, Charlotte? I really needed to hear that today. Thank you. Because, you know, when you have those days that you can't figure, oh, no, I think I just messed up a adhesive. Let's grab another one. That was a Connie problem. That's what happens when I try to read comments and do adhesive at the same time. Oh, goodness. That's why I should probably stamp alone because, you know, I can't even drink coffee and walk at the same time. Brenda knows that. She's seen me spill plenty of coffee on myself. All right, friends. Do you see how easy this card is? And remember, if this was designer series paper, boy, we could have cut out some time. There are the strips. Let's bring in our card. This is probably pretty self-explanatory. We're going to add 2 here and 2 to the inside. So I'm going to do that. Kathy says she loves the colors. I'm so glad. I have always been crazy about melon mambo and pumpkin pie together. I don't know what it is. It's just, it's bright. It's fun. It's got this harsh contrast. And gosh, it was years and years ago. I got a card from somebody with this color combination, and I went, ooh, I love that. I mean, am I right? Inspiration is just everywhere. You just never know where it's going to catch you. All right, they're the ones on the inside. Let's get these on the outside. Pamela said it's an interesting color combination. It is. It's kind of, and you know, I told you with this one, I decided to stamp it in pumpkin pie ink instead of the mango melody that I told you in the tutorial. Let me go ahead and kind of show you. Can you see the difference? I think I like the pumpkin pie better. What do you guys think? You know, sometimes I create a card, then after it's all done and I'm about to go live, I go, I think it needs to be something different. Yep, that's how we learn and we get creative. All right, guys, the base of the card is done. Now I'm going to go ahead and take this Melon Mambo. Let's go ahead and adhere that on the inside. Then all we have left to do is to create our focal image on the front and stamp the inside of our card. So we don't want the inside to be naked, right? All right, so to keep that from being naked, let's grab, trying to find, here's my cardstock. Remember I told you not to let your ink pads get too far away. Here's what we're going to do to this card. I'm going to take the sentiment, "You are simply fabulous," bringing in that basic black, and I'm going to stamp this. Ooh, I got something on my stamp. I was like, something's not right. Look, I got a little goober or something or other. There we go. You know, it happens to all of us, right? Probably a dog hair. Okay. We're going to stamp "You are simply fabulous" right here. Now, around this, I'm going to come back in with that pumpkin pie ink pad, and I'm going to just take one of these flowers. It doesn't matter which one. We'll take that one. And I want to just kind of add a few. I don't want to go too crazy, but I'm just kind of trying to dress up the inside of the card. I got to tell you, I struggle with what to write. So this kind of keeps my writing at a minimum if I do it that way. You notice I kind of came off the card a little bit. That's all right. Back in with the pencil eraser, my favorite stamp. Don't you just love that? I'm curious if anyone else uses their polka dot pencil eraser. I have a collection of pencils. And by the way, to clean it, I just rub it on my chamois. But the black I do only use for black. And then the other ones, I just kind of stick to my blues, stick to my pinks, stick to my reds. And then I just have different pencils for all my different things. All right. How about a little parakeet party? Let's give these flowers some leaves. And there is a cute little leaf in here. This has always been just one of my favorite stamp sets. And I'm going to add leaves here. Again, it just kind of fills things in. And look at that parakeet party up against that pumpkin pie. You know, I think sometimes we look at that pumpkin pie and we don't think of that one as a kind of bright and cheery color, but I bet we just changed your mind today. All right, there is my inside of my card. I'm going to go ahead and add this. Right, and guess what I did? Didn't I just say, do you ever test and make sure you cut it right? Guess what? I didn't cut this down. Well, you guys have said you love it when I make mistakes. So here's one. This should have been 8 inches. So I need to cut half an inch off. Oh, now I'm stuck to my paper trimmer, but that's okay. We got it. I am notorious for forgetting to cut the ends of the cardstock. I get so excited. All right. That's so much better. And again, we just had to trim it down. All right. So that is the base of my card. Now let's work on that focal image. So I had a couple pieces of a piece of melon mambo and a piece of basic white. These were the same. This one, we're going to take those diorama dies and we're going to take the largest one. Now, when I say largest, let me make sure I'm very clear. I took the medium-sized ones, okay? Just the medium-sized ones. Take the larger of that one, and we're going to die cut there, and take the smaller and die cut from the basic white. Now, because I love you guys, I have done that in advance, and I went ahead and stamped just saying hello on the basic white one. That also comes in this stamp set in the Simply Fabulous, but I just stamped it there in the basic black. Now, coming back in, we're going to add some more color to this. Let's come back in with that pumpkin pie, and we're just going to add some more flowers. And again, you see we're kind of going off the cardstock, so you're going to want to make sure you have that grid paper underneath you. Get my favorite stamp again. I could polka dot the world with this silly pencil. And you know what? I've had the same pencil with the black for I don't even know how long. I mean, it just keeps going and going. All right, and back in with our parakeet party, because this is going to give this incredible burst of color. You can just kind of decide what needs to be filled in. I think I'm going to get one more right there. Oh my goodness. Okay, now let's put this thing together. I'm going to move my icky grid paper. We are going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals for this. Ooh, I only have a couple left. Time to get some more. First thing you want to do is kind of decide how you want these to go on, okay? So I don't want to layer, although you could. We could layer, but no, we couldn't. Let me show you why. It's too big. It's too long. So we need to tilt this. And so we're going to kind of bring part of this up. So we're not going to go straight up and down. That's a little, so just tilt it. But here's the thing, guys. I only want adhesive on this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip this over and I will grab some dimensionals. And do you see how I'm just kind of using that as a great visual of right where, okay, I'm out of dimensionals, but that's okay because we have dimensional bones. You're never really out of dimensionals. So we'll put this one right there. Always a creative solution. I love my dimensional bones. I do stuff with them all the time. All right. Another trick I always tell you guys is to never adhere anything down until you flip it over. And I'm good. I just want to make sure I'm set right where I want it. When I am, I can give that a press. Now for this one, I'm just going to adhere this one down because it's the Melon Mambo that has that pop on it. So I can kind of see, I'm going to flip this over. Again, it's just one of my favorite methods. I can kind of see right where I want adhesive because I don't want it hanging off the end. And we'll put that right there. And guess what? The very last thing we're going to do is we're going to bring in a mini glue dot and my little bow. Press that on there. And we're going to add that up here at the top. Okay, that black gingham. I mean, that's what made the card, right? It just poof. So there is our You Are Simply Fabulous Gatefold card. Do you like that? I hope you do. Let me show you another one real quick. I am going to close up my ink pads because you guys know I will end up wearing it. So this is the other card I made, and I decided I'd have one for the girls, one for the guys. And this one, I decided to use the Designer Series paper. So this is the He's the Man Designer Series paper. But I used, so I used the camping side here. Look, I do have ink all over me. But on the inside, I used the opposite side of that Designer Series paper. Yeah, I thought it was just so great and masculine. The stamp set I use, this is the He's All That. So, oh, and I use the, this, you could just fussy cut this, or you could use the dies, but you could even just fussy cut this. But look at this one. This is, and in fact, I'm going to zoom in because I want you to see that. This is the Rugged Icons die. Now, this one is perfect for my husband because he loves nature and he loves the mountains. And so this card is just awesome for him. And so I added that with some adhesive back, but I want to teach you just real quick how I did this rough edge. By the way, I'll just show you again how I just stamped there on the inside. Every day with you is another adventure. That suits us quite well. And so let me show you how to do this technique. So you're going to take your cardstock, and whenever it comes to masculine cards, what is it about the guys? We want to kind of beat things up. We want to tear it up a little bit. We want it to just kind of have that rough look. I am simply taking the edge of my scissors, and do you see how it's just shredding the edge of that cardstock? And it's just going to give a really great, you know what? Even when that happens, even better. And I'll tell you why. Because it's going to kind of give, when those things happen, you can kind of, let me get all my fuzz. Do you see how I did that? I'm going to zoom in again. Yeah, do you see how, and then what I did here, different color, of course, but I just added my image right there on top. That gave it that really nice rough look. Love that. Another very easy card. And by the way, all the measurements for that card are going to be right there in your free download. So be sure to go grab that. It's going to make it so easy for you to remember how to make it because you've got the measurements right there. Make a Gatefold Slimline card. Create something different. These also stand beautifully, and they're going to stand above the other cards, and your art is worth it, right? There we go. So that is our card. Hey, real quick, while I'm here, next Thursday is December 15th. I wanted to just do something quick and easy. I know the holidays are getting crazy. I'm going to show you how to create a really simple home decor item. This is a little 6-inch wreath. Found these at the craft store. I think they came in a 4-pack, super affordable. And you know what I'm going to do with these? I created this. You know how sometimes you have that one little spot in your house that needs a little something, maybe in the bathroom or on a kitchen cabinet or, you know, just somewhere around the house that you're going, ooh, it just needs a little something. These little things are great. And all I did was use my dies and a piece of ribbon and some festive pearls to make a very simple little wreath project. This is not going to be a create along with me, but I do encourage you to check it out and watch and learn how to create a great little mini wreath. That is what we're going to do next week. That'll be Thursday, December 15th. And that actually, my friends, will be the last video of 2022. But not to worry, because 2023, I have lots of great ideas waiting for you. You're not going to want to miss. And so if you haven't subscribed, hey, why not click the great big red subscribe button? Because YouTube wants to let you know whenever I'm back with a video or a YouTube live. We'd love to have you. If you liked this video, and goodness, I hope you did, would you give me a thumbs up there on YouTube? That is so appreciated. Thank you so much for that. And that, my friends, is what I have for you today. I hope you're going to give it a try. Leave me a comment. I always love to hear from my viewers. And I want to know if you're going to be creating this card. And I want to know, too, if you're going to make it with designer series paper or you're ready to stamp your own, because I thought that was a lot of fun. Thank you all so very much for being here. Make it a great day. Have a happy weekend. See you later. Bye-bye.